I believe, and it's been my experience, that addiction and alcoholism is a family illness, because there's two sides to this happening. And in my life, my dad wasn't really the enabler. It was more so my mother. But it was my own actions that taught them how to treat me. So, and then from their actions of them giving me things, and they were doing this out of love, like it wasn't like, oh, we're going to give you this like to get you out of our sight. It was more like, we want to help you, so we're going to provide you with the best opportunity to have the best life as a young person, you know. And I'm an only child, so I'm spoiled. So I got everything that I needed in life and what I wanted. But it was out of the thought of them providing for and being the best parents that they could ultimately be. But I took advantage of that. And so I learned how to get what I wanted through manipulation, through being angry, also by being loving and kind. But it wasn't sincere and authentic. So whenever my addiction really took off, I knew that I could go to my mom for money, or I knew that if I helped her out, you know, or did my chores, you know, I would get like a completion or like another $20, whatever it was. And this carried over, like this progressed, right? And like, you know, no matter how much trouble I would get in as a result of my addiction or things that I did in my addiction, I could always call mom and dad to bail me out, specifically mom. And so like at any length retreat, we begin to heal the loved one first through them plugging them into a program of action, getting them to learn things about themselves while the family is at home, right? So they don't know really, you know, they're getting updates from our staff here, but they're not participating in their own program of recovery. So we believe in getting them acclimated in their own recovery so that the whole family can heal. And this starts with an update, as well as we can do family coaching. We recommend that they participate in Al-Anon. So that's the 12 steps for families or loved ones of an addict or an alcoholic, because that's what's going to be necessary for the whole family to recover. It's also more likely that an individual who suffers from the addiction or alcoholism, if their family starts to participate in their own recovery and begins to heal as a family unit, then the individual who suffers from that addiction is going to have more likely of a chance to succeed in recovery because the enabling will stop. We also do family programming out here once a month. And that involves individuals coming out, family members, to see how their guests are doing, so that in a safe environment that brings the family together, and other families together, which creates fellowship. So just like me as an addict and alcoholic, I need connection to my brothers that are in recovery, that are like-minded, that have gone down the same struggles that I have. My family needs to be surrounded by other families who have watched their sons, their loved ones go through the similar path. And that's how you can create a family culture, and that's how the family can recover. And I mean, my family has recovered. So I have a wonderful relationship as a result of me taking action in the 12 steps. And my family, through finally, for 7 years, they continued to enable me. Finally, they said enough is enough, and followed the guidance of other families, other professionals, and they began to heal too as a family unit. So it's a pretty amazing thing, and that's why it's one of our core values.